Yeah, so they banned Brute and Beastmaster. I don't know if Beastmaster was the necessary ban in this game compared to Tusk. I guess they do play them kind of interchangeably, but... Oh, wow. First phase Brute ban.
Brute's going to go first.
This time they're going to get the SF if they don't ban. There we go.
And there's the ban.
And the reason OG are banning this is they saw the Alliance game yesterday where VP first phase picked it as the last, or the final pick of the phase, and then started constructing their line around it.
I thought Darkseer would actually start being prioritized a bit more as this tournament went on. VP versus OG in their series, they don't oftentimes prioritize the Darkseer that much. Their first two games, I don't think they really did pick up the Darkseer at all. So I actually anticipate this tournament to show, okay, Darkseer in this series is much more important than it should be because you have such two aggressive teams, a lot of team fighting going on. But they opt for the Slardar once again.
And the good part here is that OG doesn't have to pick the Darkseer now. They can completely just alter their strategy. Normally we'd probably see them pick the Darkseer, but now that Slardar is already picked up by Virtus.Pro, they don't need to.
They can still go for it if they want. Like you said, we have seen it on Illidan, and we've seen it on position 4 for VP, right? But it gives a lot of information if they pick
exactly.
it, then
it's
they know
not
it's not
expected, and right now OG's lineup is all in the open. They have the Winter Wyvern to sort of deal with the Slardar, and then the Tusk can either be played on the support or as an offlaner, so they're very versatile in how they can proceed with the draft.
I'm curious as to why VP decided against picking Spirit Breaker in the last game for FNG with how good they are with the hero, and they were playing against the Shadow Fiend. I don't think the hero was banned at all, was it? No. It went through the entire draft.
Which one?
Spirit Breaker.
Oh yeah.
Would have been a great hero to try to deal with the Shadow Fiend in the mid, coupling up with the Lina. Gonna stick to their guns here.
But again, it trails back to the fact that if they're mostly comfortable playing the Slardar on the offlane, and every time we've seen the Spirit Breaker being played, it's mostly also the offlane play.
Yeah. Well, FNG plays the Breaker. But what do they have on DK Phobos in that game?
10 seconds.
I don't think they've played Phobos, Slardar, and the Spirit Breaker on FNG in the same draft.
Seconds.
I don't know.
I really like OG's response to the Slardar. I feel like both Tusk and Winter Wyvern are great responses. The attack speed slow from the Sigil is actually significant in slowing down physical damage.
Oh, yeah,
Winter Wyvern very clearly a direct counter to Slardar as well.
And Virtus.Pro's obvious response should be the AA. There was like the biggest no-brain pick right here is taking the AA. You could have maybe said maybe they could go for the Queen of Pain, banning out a Night Stalker, but I still feel the AA is a better choice, especially with Queen of Pain and Lina both being in the pool.
Yep, they're gonna get a hero for G now unless OG ban one and pick the other. And you were putting a lot of emphasis on Lina and Queen of Pain for G, but I feel like his hero pool is actually really wide. That's why they don't pick his hero very early. There are so many options for him. I think in this tournament we've seen him play 10 different heroes. I would guess that's more than any other mid laner.
No, I completely agree. I think G is perfectly capable of running, like, you know, the Drag Knights or Bristlebacks of the mid lanes, but I think in the matchup specifically against SF, Virtus.Pro always want to try and put pressure on a hero with a hero that can outplay the SF, so it's usually Lina or Quab.
Yeah, his DK was especially good as well. I really like that, but they have to build the strategy around it. And with the level of success he's had on Queen of Pain and Lina, it just makes more sense for them to just go for those.
He's only actually had one game here at Frankfurt on Queen of Pain. 2 on DK, 4 on Lina. The others were Shadow Fiend, Razor, TA, Windranger, Beastmaster, Ember.
10 seconds.
He's good at Dota.
Not bad.
Once again, the Undying is going to be left through the pool. The Undying Tusk is a very common dual offlane, but OG don't know what BP are going to be running in their slave lane. They're also facing up against an Ancient Apparition, a hero who also prevents a lot of the Undying's abilities, notably Soul Rip.
The upside for OG in terms of going for an Undying here is that Gyro is banned by VP themselves, so they could go for it. What has Miracle played in this tournament? I'm just trying to think of all the games I've seen Miracle in. It's been Shadow Fiend and Gyro. Every single game that comes to mind for me has been one of those two heroes. There might have been a single Queen of Pain in there somewhere as well. So I think OG are starting to plan for Miracle here. There's been a couple of, was that Huskar, Alchemist, a single Juggernaut.
In the past, they've picked up Razor for Miracle.
And one Shaker, actually.
Earthshaker, yeah.
What's his Windranger like?
Not picked.
Hasn't played it other than the Summit 4 EU qualifiers back in July. Sorry, back in 7th of November.
It's actually
12 days ago.
Yes, that was me looking at my British dates on the screen. Lots of reserve time here. Lots of thinking to do. Okay.
13.
Banning out the Bane against FNG. What's the interaction with Winter's Curse and Nightmare? If you Nightmare someone who's cursed, does it work? You just sleep the first target that hits him. First of all, you get a second invulnerability, right? And then whoever hits first in the curse takes over the sleep. I mean, I'm just trying to understand why OG thought that was a very necessary ban here. It is, of course, one of FNG's good heroes, but they need to justify it over, for example, the Night Stalker.
5 seconds remaining.
It's okay against Tusk too, I guess.
I'm sure your Twitter brain can help you with that question.
Huh?
Tweet at Syndrome Dota. Help him learn Dota.
Or you could just tell me the answer if you
Yeah, I'm just gonna have some viewer interaction.
Pick up the Rubik again. So this is actually potentially also a mid Rubik. When you're playing against OG, you don't know for sure at this point whether it is a support or not. So Miracle has played this as a core in the past, not at this event, but is very, very good with it.
If he manages to pull out another Ice Blast steal, I'll just be absolutely floored because that really shouldn't happen.
10 seconds remaining.
There's the Shaker. They actually choose to pick Shaker into Rubik. This allows for a potential Fissure steal. And like the hierarchy of non-ultimates, that has got to be top 3 spell Rubik can steal in general. Fissure is absolutely incredible when it has no cast point.
I think there's a lot of pressure on the mid lane specifically. The Earthshaker has by far the best roaming potential into that middle lane than most of the other supports, and we still don't know what that matchup is going to be.
5 seconds.
Queen of Pain, Wind Ranger, Lina, I mean even some of the melee heroes are still there. If VP want to start going for a push lineup. And I was going to say the OG Tiny is still there, but it would be without the Wisp.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of Tiny being picked up on a core position without Wisp play in this tournament.
Worked well yesterday as well for Secret.
I don't think it's as good of a pick here as it was for Secret.
Yeah, it was a crazy lineup that was. That also included a... that was the Meepo game actually.
Was it LGD who played it twice as well?
There was a Tiny
and Husker, I think, in the same game.
Oh yeah, support Tiny,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
You're right, support Tiny.
Oh, it's VT Gaming played it as well, right? Twice.
Tiny core?
Tiny core without Wisp backup.
Reserve.
At least once. Super.
What about a Bristleback mid to face up against that Tiny? You already have the minus armor of Slardar. You've got some decent disables, which are pretty important between Slardar and Earthshaker for a Bristleback, because he doesn't bring any of his own. I think it would be a good fighting hero to just go up against OG and just tank through everything.
It is... the matchup against Wyvern is, of course, annoying, because all of Bristol's damage is physical, but...
He does still
upside is
rack
he can
up
tank
the
through
quills,
it, and he racks them up. He can one of the best heroes at tanking through a Winter's Curse, especially like if you get cursed and your allies are behind you and they're hitting you in the back, how hard do they really hit? I could see it being a potential grab here, but I don't think it's what VP will prioritize. They might be still considering a Queen of Pain. I think could be a good choice with what they have.
Yeah, I just see a lot of danger of that in the 2 almost instant disables of Telekinesis and Winter Wyvern's Winter's Curse. And then once Tiny has a Blink Dagger as well, that's just such a squishy hero that can be popped.
That is true.
If it snowballs early, it'll do great, but...
It's interesting to see that almost regardless of what Virtus.Pro is going to pick for the mid laner, Rubik is going to have an even more amazing game. This is really just a... Okay, that was...
I think this is a good choice. It's kind of the same logic as the Bristle.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
Kevin was presenting here. Of course, this is a guaranteed Nether Strike or Viper Strike steal. As Viper has no other.
What do you do with your Tiny now? Do you keep him in the safe lane as a farmer? Because this matchup, even if you include a support with it, will not be very favorable for you at all. VP are very focused on winning their lane against Tiny.
I think going for the Wind Ranger pickup and putting Tiny on the safe lane would have been a good idea.
I think Wind Ranger is going to get banned, actually. It's very good against VP. Viper and Slardar come up fairly close and allow for shackle shots. It's one of the heroes that can stand in lane against Viper pretty well. And if they can force OG into putting, say, oh, they actually think it's we have seen VP play safe lane Dragon Knight, so.
Yeah. And it could mean they're afraid of VP. I mean, with the Viper early power and then the pushing power of a Dragon Knight, they could actually just control the first 15 minutes of the game and push by 30.
I can't for the life of me think of anything better than a Wind Ranger right now.
I still think Miracle's Queen of Pain is not out of the question. It's not as good in lane against Viper, but I think for the overall game plan for OG, it might be a better choice, actually.
Do you think they lack damage output?
10 seconds remaining.
It depends. Okay. I still think that was a good pick. Like both of them would be good.
Yeah.
It depends what they're looking for. Now they're at least secured that they can still have enough physical damage past the 30-minute mark. That would be the downfall of Queen of Pain in this draft.
Well, we've said it before, G has plenty of options.
Yeah, and the nice thing about playing Viper together with Slardar is that Viper, when you get further into the game, its damage output seems to get a little weak sometimes. When you have amplified damage together with Nether Toxin, you have so high physical damage output that it's no problem going for an Aghanim Scepter in your build.
The legendary Illidan Stormwraith's Vengeful Spirit.
We are ready for OG versus Virtus.Pro. Can OG make it a clean sweep? Let's find out with your commentary team. It's Purge and OD Pixel.
Thank you very much, Paul. And indeed, we're ready to get ourselves into Game 2 between OG and, of course, VP. And these lineups, Purge, we're seeing some classic stuff. Obviously, OG with that signature No-Tail Tiny, VP with the signature Illidan Vengeful Spirit.
At first, I thought the VP lineup didn't look like it came together very well, but that last pick, they have a lot of minus armor sources, like they pointed out. Amp damage, plus Viper's right clicks, and now they're going to have Wave of Terror and some damage amp. It's going to really make up for the lack of damage that Viper's going to do. And on OG's side, they have some really good ways to disable VP and potentially win their lanes and transition one into the late game.
Alrighty, well, let's get ourselves in as the game does begin. Game 2 here, of course, and VP looking to hold on and continue their pursuit to be the champions here at the major, as OG are one game away from taking this series. Let's see something kick off here, Moon. So you can look to jump, moving closer. VP themselves want to fight. They're looking for a Fisher. They'll find Moon here. Moon could be in trouble. There'll be a telekinesis holding out to Phobos. There's your Snowball as well. They'll throw up an avalanche across the rocks, and there's the Snowball. Who's going to get the first blood? It's going to be the side of OG. Miracle will take it. They do end up losing Moon here on the Tusk, and they might be able to find more OG. Phobos getting fairly low. G chasing down Miracle here with the slows. Looks like it's going to end 1-for-1 at this point, but of course Miracle getting that first blood with the Wind Ranger.
There's two really key things that happened in that fight. The first one was the lift on Slaughter to delay his crush, and the second was Moon's Snowball. Because of that, he didn't get chain stunned, and they were able to get the first blood before VP was able to get a kill. So that was an absolutely huge play. And it was Illidan going down. He's going to have to run back to base. Not the biggest loss for him because he can block very well now. But again, similar things happening in the safe lane here. FNG has got to find the double ward. And will he be able to? This one, he's going to have to kill this tree to find it. He should be going for that now. He does find the observer ward, but will he get the second one? I'm not so sure. It's so difficult. It's possible he also watched the replay, or maybe they had a coach that was watching and told him exactly where the placements were, so maybe that'll help him out as well.
So, and of course, as in game 1, a lot of attention being drawn towards this mid lane. G, he's going to have the backup of the Shaker hanging behind, but in fact, G could be in a bit of trouble. Arctic Bird coming out, Miracle will win run, forcing G back here. Bottom lane, Illidan, well, he's going to be there, trying to block off this Tusk, but Moon snowballs across, just getting the right click through. They have got the Chilling Touch, and they're going to try and go for this with a Magic Missile, but Moon should be able to walk it off. Taking a fair bit of harassment, though, from these two heroes. And lane-wise, who do you think is going to be happier with the early game situation?
I think VP's pretty happy at the moment. I really like this Venge Ancient Apparition lane. It works out very nicely. Venge has a ridiculous amount of base agility, 27, so her attack speed is so good that the attack speed reduction from Chilling Touch actually doesn't offset her too much. And Lil made, I'm sorry, this is FNG playing Ancient Apparition, my mistake.
He mid lane, oh, this Fisher block. Oh, Miracle, he's trying to win run away, but I think he should still be dead. There's the final touch. G will get it. And these Fishers again doing a lot. In top lane though, OG looking for a bit of return aggression, getting the telekinesis onto Phobos, and they will find it. So kill for kill across the map. Bottom lane moving in onto Moon. He's trying to get himself away here. He's not going to be able to do so. Final touch from Illidan. They find themselves a kill down bottom as well. So
the TP. Ooh. It's a good try from Miracle. He won't be able to get the kill now. He's got a power shot in 2. He could get him. Skill shot time. He didn't charge it long enough.
7 HP.
He thought it would be enough, but Power shot was changed recently. It starts at 0% and it scales all the way up, man. So you have to actually hold it for a little bit before you could cancel it right away, and it would still do a pretty significant amount of damage.
Oh, and look at Lil as well with these fishes, is just causing so. A Miracle can't even get himself around, so just more time holding this Wind Ranger away from the mid lane, and G's going to be so happy with that. Lil says, you know, add him back, but Miracle will have to Wind Run himself past this Shaker just to get himself back to the lane, in which G is having a very nice time now on this Viper.
So regardless, it did force all of VP's heroes out of the safe lane, so for a bit here, Moon Meander is going to get a lot of last hits and a lot of experience. But they do have a slight advantage there. Looks like an almost Ring of Aquila for Illidan. No boots in sight really. He's only got 2 CS actually. So.
Oh, again, these fishes absolutely on point. Miracle stuck in the trees. They haven't quite got the vision, and he will power shot just to get himself a little bit further away. But Lil, we have not seen a bad fisher from him yet this game. Yeah. Everyone has been incredibly effective at just messing with the side of OG.
Looks like they do have something coming on the curve. It's just a TP scroll for Miracle here. Still doesn't have his bottle. If he had a bottle, that would have been some salvation, but back and forth, he keeps going back to base, and he even TP'd bottom and he didn't get a kill out of it. Like, it's a weird way to counter him, but it seems like it's working really well. A couple fissures and pressuring him and lost opportunities.
Yeah. Trying to move in on FNG's gonna have the snowball before the cold feet procs in snowball. Very nicely. Dude, but there's a magic missile to the face, and VP with the turnaround, the chilling touch, nice. It's too much. VP find themselves another kill here with this duo.
It was a great snowball, but Moon Meander completely underestimated the magic damage coming out of Chilling Touch. Maybe just didn't think it was up or something like that, but that's not a death that you should have, usually.
Fish onto Miracle. Trying to get the initial slow, but the misses from the low ground will be there. But Miracle, he's got a lot of a way to go to catch up with G, as this Viper is going to be a pretty potent force for the side of VP at this rank.
Yeah, I was a little wary at first when they picked him because it's not a typical G hero. It's not a hero that allows him to snowball and grab kills on opponents a lot, but his ability to outlane Miracle is amazing. He's got 18 CS now versus Miracle's 7, and he's got 12 denies. He has more denies than Miracle's last hits. It's just incredible.
It's just a question of what VP can do with this early game. How they're going to get crit with a nice wraparound. He's going to find the telekinesis, and with no tail there with the avalanche and the toss. No escape for Phobos, and a very nice use of the nighttime there by crit, coming in as soon as nighttime kicks in to try and make use of that reduced vision.
That's such a hard gank to predict too as well by DK Phobos. A support leaves, it's 4 minutes, you say, they're grabbing the rune, no big deal. But by wrapping up the river, he does 2 things at the same time. One, he guarantees that his team gets the rune, and he also can set up a gank.
I might see him in a bit of trouble to get the snowball out, but Illidan's moving forward here with FNG, trying to get the right click through. And we'll be able to walk it off. And I guess the question is, Pudge, how do you recover from this start as a Wind Ranger?
You can do stacks, I guess. You're not as good at clearing stacks as most heroes are. Kills are one way. But he's just under-leveled at this point. He's level 4 versus G6. I'm not even sure what he does. Stack camps, farm them later, maybe set up ganks.
Bottom lane, Moon. No, he hits it.
Oh, the snowball.
Will he get him? Is he going to turn? No. It was. He went for it. He didn't quite get it. And Illidan finding himself another kill on this lane, so we're seeing Moon just trying his best to try and outplay the side of VP, but this position 1 Vengeful Spirit, we've seen Illidan do it a lot of times before, and it's certainly working out perfectly against the Tusk in this game.
It's so hard to play as an offlane hero because you're not expecting a carry to be this strong early in the game. Having the stun and an amazing animation and an amazing base damage and great agility gain, it's difficult to anticipate how much damage this is going to do. So Moon keeps misestimating a little bit, and it's leading to him dying. With NJA, man, this is strong. This is a great duel lane.
Because one of the sacrifices they are kind of making VP is the fact that Lil has just been sitting mid with the fishes. He's only level 2, but I think it's worth it every time for the amount of impact he's had against the mid laner of OG.
Yeah, I agree. FNG's not doing half bad either. Oh, great deny there. That's no regen. I guess it was just 2 supports, but Miracle would have liked to get that despite his bottle not being full. They're rotating. FNG should see them.
Let's see if OG can try and turn this one. Shards come out, Moon with the snowball straight onto FNG. Miracle's there as well. He needs some involvement and some positive action. He gets the power shot through. That's going to be 1 down. Shackle isn't going to latch, but the mini stun holding Illidan back. Moon continues to chase. He's going to have shards in 3. Miracle's already found one of these kills. If he can find both, this is going to be great for the recovery for this Wind Ranger. Power shots up. It's going to be off the mark though. Miracle losing MMR with every missed power shot.
That was almost a horrible situation for VP. They already lost the A to try to save Illidan there, but luckily for VP, he ended up staying alive. Very scary. 2 tangles left for him, working on his treads, a little bit of gank mid.
Oh, Fisher comes out. Let's just stop it, but they still get the crush grip. He's got the corner brace. Right, buying some time. EP, I should be able to find this, but No Tail's there. Coming in with the reaction. Avalanche and toss onto G. They'll kill the Viper. And now
the turnaround.
At the same time, at the bottom lane, Miracle's looking for the kill on Illidan. He rim runs forward. He tried to finish off this Venge, but he can't quite get the damage out. He has to back himself away. But OG, of course, did find those 2 kills in the mid lane.
That was huge plays there, but slight mistake. That was Lil's first bad fissure. It blocked Slider off. Slider wasn't able to get the follow-up stun.
Oh, Moon, he's come up top. He throws out the shards. Just giving a bit of a walk around here with FNG. Has the snowball, but the damage coming out from this AA.
Yeah, that's
and he hasn't got any regen at the moment on this Tusk.
That was just a tower and a cold
No
they're going
Tail.
for, really?
Look at this man go. He's incredibly low. Moose goes straight in. There's a chilling touch. And FNG's trying to try and get the kill, but the toss is there just in time. No Tail's got the back of Tusk. Same time, Phobos moved in mid, got the kill onto Rubik. Illidan, he does have a swap and he's got a magic missile. He throw out the missile, No Tail. It's a little bit too speedy. Oh, no there with a Fisher straight to Moon as he tried to retreat around the back lines. 7 minutes is 7 for 7. Again, just like the start of game 1. This one's pretty damn close.
It's a kill every 30 seconds, man. This game is crazy.
It's the dream.
We really need to see some kind of sustain on Venge. She's running out of mana, she's running out of HP, and it's limiting her effectiveness. She's not as able to rotate as the Gyro was in the last game with the phase boots, because that hero is very good at closing gaps. But she needs something. Treads will do it. I mean, Aquila helps. Wanda's useful as well, but she's been all over the map. Her CS is getting kind of low, but when kills are high, CS is also going to be low. So don't look too much into this.
Crap. Really wants to try and make a wraparound onto Lil, but Lil is playing it careful. Has, of course, come up to this top lane, leaving the Viper. So he has got a bit more of a chance to get that XP. Miracle just applying the pressure on bottom. You've got FNG hiding in the tree line.
This will be a good kill possibility. I kind of wish DK Phobos stayed top because they could do a fissure into swap, into crush, into venge stun. But it's very hard to kill Tiny, and it's very dangerous as well because if you don't kill him in that burst, he just might nuke somebody down. And DK Phobos actually just walked across the entire map. No TP, didn't sprint on the way here. Gank comes on FNG though.
TP down to the bottom lane, the fight's going to kick off. They have lost the AA, but there's a reaction from VP. They found themselves with a swap there to cancel Miracle's TP. Lil, Phobos and Illidan all closing in on the Wind Ranger, trying to buy some time. He gets off the shackle, he'll power shot the trees, he's bottling up as well. Miracle's trying to get himself up, but he can't quite break through. The power shot didn't make him a clear route. The crush is there from Phobos. It was a nice attempt from Miracle, doesn't pay off, and VP get themselves 2 in response for just losing the AA.
A really good rotation for Illidan in that time, and again, FNG uses his life for something good. 3 deaths on him now, but he's going to be happy with that. He is actually decently leveled, level 5, doesn't look like it from his skills, but when he gets to 6, it's not too far behind, and they're ready to set up for lots of easy kills. One of the nice things that Venge provides.
Yeah, they've got a lot of control from this lineup. The Crush, the Fisher, the slows from Viper. It should be a very nice game for the Ice Blasters to connect, and VP now moving as a pack, 4 of them. Just going to check for the Torrent. It's going to be an illusion, so not going to be able to do too much with it. Just going to be able to get some intel, sending the illusions out into the Dire Jungle to see what OG are up to at the moment. Because we can see No Tail's farms being very good, but well, bottom lane, Fisher coming across. There's a magic missile. Look at this damage from Illidan. He's got a swap as well here. Moon gets swapped back. Illidan punches him in the face. And this is the vengeful spirit that VP love.
Moon just, again, for like the 3rd time now, completely underestimates the damage that Venge can do. You can't underestimate Magic Missile. It's a great disable, it's on a low cooldown, it's reliable, there's so much threat with it. And he's got 2 other damage amp abilities with Wave of Terror and Vengeance Sword, and he's got a lot of good items for it. Moon making a lot of crucial mistakes. Like last game he played great, but this one he's having some issues.
7 deaths at the moment on this Tusk. I mean, 7 of the 8 deaths of OG. It's not great for Moon at all.
He's got to be tilted. I don't think there's any other explanation. I didn't realize it was 7 deaths, but I guarantee you looked at that scoreboard every time he went down.
Let's see what the recovery plan is. They have sent, of course, Winter Wyvern. Fly's going to be sticking around just to keep watch, make sure that nothing else happens again. Top lane, they got the lift onto Phobos. Avalanche toss straight away, and the damage is there. They'll burst down the starter. But here we go. They've got a Fisher onto 2. They actually get the stun over the Fisher, and they'll find the kill onto No Tail. Trying to look for Crit as well here. Waltz himself away, did steal the sprint, so we'll be able to get himself out.
Those fish tactics, man. He knows how to slither while he runs now.
There we go. Moon and Fly.
Not a bad ability to steal, actually. Can use it to initiate. Miracle doing damage mid. Not a huge amount with the focus fire, but any bit helps. And VP is going to shift top and try to take a tier 1, and they should be successful, actually. They've got the heroes for it. Is this the mech? Yeah, it looks like mech is up on Viper now. These two heroes are so strong in the early game, Venge and Viper.
Phobos. Oh, the Shackle from Miracle says, no, this room's mine, buddy. And he will get himself the regen. Very nicely done there behind the Wind Ranger. And Miracle, I mean, he's slowly trying to come back into this game. In terms of CS, he's still a fair bit behind this Viper, about double the CS on G. So he still needs to find a bit more action, 2 levels behind. But he has got his phase boots. He's going to be backed up by Crit now on the mid lane, and there's a wraparound from the side of OG. 3-man smoke from Fly, No Tail, and Moon. See if they can find anyone towards the mid, but VP are actually on the other side of this mid lane. They're potentially looking for a wraparound themselves onto Miracle. G's going to be the front liner here. He's going to be a hard one to jump on. This Viper fairly tanky at this point with that mech and the treads. It's a hard pick off to try and get. They want to try and make the most of this, of course, to use this Blink Dagger reveal on OG. Okay, there's going to be the swap. Miracle caught out and it's getting destroyed. There's an Ice Blast. Lily gets the Fisher off. They do lose the Shaker, but the Ice Blast flies through, connects onto Fly. Wave of Terror's there. Phobos chasing it down. Should be able to find the Wyvern. There's a Snowball from Moon trying to get himself away. Gets the punch out, but G's there with the mech. They'll lose Moon. He goes down again. Double kill for G. No Tail will be able to toss down Illidan. Finds himself one in return. So 2 for 2, but Phobos is down the front line with the crush. Finds himself a third. Now G may be moving in for more. Phobos, is he going to try and dive this? He's going to hold himself back, but again VP just playing these fights really well, and G, we're seeing already he's getting to that point where OG just can't do anything about the Viper.
He's actually making Viper look fun to play the way that he's playing him. Very aggressive. He's initiated on.
Okay, maybe they can kill him. He looks for the burst. He gets the Shackle. This is big for Miracle. Can they kill him without the Stolen Crush? They'll find it. They do take down G on the Viper. Snowball forward from Moon. They're looking for more. Phobos starts to sprint himself away here on the Slardar. He should be fine. They did lose No Tail for that trade.
They got a lot more out of it than they lost, though.
Shards. I'm going to quite be able to chase down Phobos. He's able to spin himself out. The Fisher there will block Moon, and again, it looks like he might fall. There's a Cold Embrace. Shackles, it's not going to latch. Moon looks like he's going to be fine. There's in fact a Snowball. He's bringing the team in onto Illidan, and Tiny's there as well. They'll find the Vengeful Spirit, and again, another big kill for OG.
They got a little overly aggressive once again. The mech wasn't off cooldown yet for Viper. He got initiated on. Does end up going down. If he had mech in that engagement, they easily would have won the fight because it took everything OG had to kill him. But with Viper going down, they got about 400 gold and not nearly as much. Big Ice Blast.
G's TPing in. OG need to get themselves the hell out of there, and Miracle with the win run will do so. And back themselves off.
I really like G's skill build, though. It's the perfect build to counter a Tiny. Tiny's a hero that has tons of HP but low armor, and in combination with Wave of Terror and Amplify damage, he's going to easily be able to just kill him in like 5 hits if he ever does find the Tiny. So No Tail's playing this correctly. He's got a Blink Dagger. He jumps in, he combos somebody, gets out. Jumps back in, combos somebody, gets out again. Because if he ever gets caught in a fight against the Viper here, Viper will take him down in short order.
OG, they're ready to fight mid again. VP, they're putting on the pressure. OG are here, Moon. Just going to get the Shards trap off here. OG isn't going to be jumped on. You've got some with the wraparound here. Phobos and FNG. Ice Blast is available if they can find a Fisher to set it up. Alright, just using the Splinter Blast to try and harass back the side of VP. VP are going to move forward, Lil. Walking in on the Shaker here.
Oh, he's out of position.
Oh, the Arctic Burn Slow does connect. OG, can they get themselves in? Winter's Curse to hold it. Illidan's actually TPing out of the tornado. He cancels it. But they've already lost the Shaker. Shackle won't latch. There's your Ice Blast to get the Curse to Miracle. He does get the win run off, and now the Cold Embrace. He's going to be fine. Crit with the Stolen Swap. Might just keep Miracle alive. No, he still ticks down there. Faybolt from Crit will find himself a double kill, but now G's moving in. Getting the slow to No Tail. No Tail trying to juke it up with the poison. Should still be enough. He's going to stay alive. No Tail's going to live. They might lose Moon, though, because G turns for the easier targets. Finds the kill onto the Tusk. Double kill for the Viper. So OG, they do keep No Tail alive on the Tiny, but again, VP finding the kills.
Maybe one more level of poison attack was needed there over Nether Toxin. Would have provided the kill, but you can see his damage at this point. It's really big. It looked like VP was... I like the initial TP from Illidan, because he basically said, alright, Earthshaker's clearly out of position. They're going to snowball on him. But because the Ice Shards was on cooldown at the initial part, he had some time. And then VP made the call, we're going in. And it ended up working out pretty well for them. Crit's been stealing some really good abilities, though. He's swapped an ally out. He's got Viper Strike level 2 now. I don't even think, does this team even have any level 11 heroes yet? Just no
Tony
tail.
at the moment. Yeah.
So that's a great steal to have.
And we've seen No Tail just on this bottom lane, consistently putting pressure onto the tier 2. He's got it down a little bit. VP smoked up here with Lil. He's seeing if they could try and punish this split pushing Tiny, but No Tail's playing it safe, and he'll use the haste ring to get himself right out of there. And closing in on that drums build after this blink dagger here with the Tiny. Lil still hanging around with Illidan. No Tail, he might come back in. So Illidan, if he can find the swap. And No Tail's playing it safe, realizes that they're off the map, and he's going to get himself right out of here by looks of on this Tiny.
It's a really hard gank either way. He'd have to wave a tear before he swaps. If he just swaps, No Tail's going to blink away, and then your swap basically accomplishes nothing but moving the Venge forward a little bit. So, very difficult gank either way. It's so hard for them to take towers though. Fly's been doing a great job. Soul Ring, throw the Splinter Blast, the creep wave is dead. They need creeps to go tank the tower, otherwise these dives get really scary. Or they need to get a swap initiation, and they haven't quite gotten those yet. And no sign of blink yet on Lil either, so initiation is definitely a problem for VP here.
Right. G still looking very, very good on this Viper. Look at his net worth. He's about 2.5k ahead of the Tiny.
Jeez.
He's so farmed at the moment.
That's incredible.
18 minutes in.
And the more items he gets, the tankier he gets as well. The burst damage of OG's is good, but it's a lot of magic, and he's got the natural magic resistance from Corrosive Skin. So as he finishes his S and Y, he's going to be much faster in mobility. He's going to get an extra 6% movement speed, plus the extra HP.
Kremfly still just hanging in mid as Jure to get the levels bottom lane. Miracle. There's the swap straight into the crush. No escape for the Wind Ranger. And a very clean pick off for VP, and the exact kind of pick-offs that they're looking for.
It's one of my favorite things about VP's lineup is how many stuns they have, and stuns are by far the best thing to counter Wind Ranger. Don't let her prevent you from attacking her. You just stun her until she dies, and it makes her look like the worst hero ever. And they're going to go for Roche with this one. They've got 24 seconds.
24 seconds to go, and OG...
They've got this, I think. G's going to attack so fast, but can Fly make a play? He used Arctic Burn, but he's not sure if he wants to go in.
It's kind of early here.
It's going to die so fast when it gets really low.
I think they've got to just let this one happen. VP, yeah, they're going to get it. Now sit down. He got the kill with the shards! Moon got the kill on Roshan with the shards! Oh my god.
That's so hard to do.
Moon. Okay, I think he's may have redeemed his... Oh, he has done 9 times. Maybe not redeemed all of the 9 kills, but something for the diet.
That was great. It's a big advantage. That's equivalent to losing a tower or gaining a tower. And if you get it instead of your opponents, it's like a 2-tower swing. That's a massive steal from him. Very difficult to do that. Roche's magic resistance is like 80%. So that means Roche had like 70 HP, and he hit it right there. He just sniped him, man. They might see an initiation. Phobos. He's got no blink though.
Oh, the shackle comes through. The snowball dodges there. Phobos and the swap though. Moon's in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down for the 10th time. Again, VP finding the kill on the top lane.
FNG, you got to be careful.
No Tail linking himself away. The TP reactions were there from VP. No Tail, nice and speedy now with those drums. He's out of there. G now with a Manta style, 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it seems like VP is pretty clearly getting a hold of the game right now. OG did have some advantage there, but those couple picks plus the Roche fight, it's making a difference.
Phobos is going to need a bash. Is he going to get it?
He doesn't
he doesn't even have a point in it. Okay, he's definitely not going to get it.
No surprise there. Nice play from Crit. Oh, might see a fight mid.
Viper strike onto Miracle. Illidan's moving in the magic missile. There'll be a cold embrace from Fly, but Miracle...
I don't like that play.
I think he's gone.
I think the cold embrace guaranteed his death there. Snowball
Can they get a kill in return? That's the question, yeah. Snowball in on Illidan with a Walrus Punch as well, but gee, look, he's got a double damage. Oh, gee.
Illidan might die.
The double damage has actually worked against them. They do lose the carry Venge, but they did find 2. Ice Blast onto Fly, forcing him back.
Interesting build. He goes for the Manta instead. His illusions aren't amazing, but they're okay. They will apply Corrosive Skin to his opponents. I guess it makes Shackle Shot harder to latch, among other things.
Flying Crit moving forward. Crit's got that Viper strike. Has of course got that blink as well if he wants to try and jump in, but with just these 2 supports they're going to have a hard time. Force has now been picked up here by the Slider.
Interesting choice. Blink is almost always better, but in the case of a Tuskar, there's a lot of times where Force is better.
Are they going to go with this? Nah, a little bit too far away.
Yeah.
A little bit too far.
Force is going to be better this game because if any of his cores, especially somebody like Viper who's a little immobile, if he gets caught on the wrong side of an ice shards, Force can just save a team fight. Whereas if he gets caught there, they have to fight because they can't necessarily just leave G, especially with the Aegis. So I like the Force in this game. In a lot of cases, I don't think it's the right item, but I think this game definitely.
Wow, of course, they've still got this Aegis here on the Viper. The question if VP want to try and look for more. We actually see the overall net worth. It's very, very close. OG with a slight edge, but only a very, very small one 22 minutes in.
Miracle's still so far behind, though. It's going to take him a while to catch up. And even when he does, the targets that he's going after, Vengeful Spirit, Viper, they have a lot of armor. They have a lot of survivability. Venge is an amazing strength gain, 2.6. If he just gets the levels, he's going to transition nicely into a tanky, damagey core. He's limited in some other ways, but stats is not one of them.
And bottom lane, looks like VP are going to start to get a push here. They've got 3 heroes. Fly's just come down here at the moment. Lil has got that haste.
It's a hard kill.
Yeah, Wyvern just keeping it back, just bringing the creeps around with a Splinter Blast.
If they went for this kill, they'd have to dive past the tier 1. There could be TP supports. It's way too dangerous to go for. Plus, they don't even have the blink on Slar. It's a Force. So it's a little bit less mobile, less range on that. So for now, they go back. Defend the base. Pressure the tier 1 a little bit. They're still very strong, though, even without FNG.
Oh, look at No-Tail go.
He's
going to
alive?
go for the TP out. All right, FNG lived through the burst. No-Tail does bait back a TP and himself gets out.
That's great itemization from FNG. Bracer, Wand, and he's got a cloak. Being able to survive those kills is massive because if it wasn't for that cloak, No-Tail would have an extra kill to his name. Him buying that cloak, anticipating I'm the squishiest person on my team, that's who No-Tail's going to look for consistently. If he prevents that wave of gold, then Tiny has to go back to normal farming and team fights. So it's not going to be nearly as easy. It's going to create less pressure on the map. It's overall going to give VP a better place in the game. Really smart itemization by FNG.
I mean, we've obviously talked about the fact that G is still very much far ahead on this Viper, but the later this game goes, surely OG are going to feel more and more confident with that Wind Ranger and Tiny Core compared to the Venge Viper core lineup of the side of VP.
I would say so, yes, but there is some interesting interactions that they do get out of it. Again, they have the damage amp with Vengeance Aura, they have amplified damage on Slardar, they've got Wave of Terror, they have all of these minus armor options that pretty much, even if Tiny has an AC, he's going to be about at 0 armor. So Viper is going to remain extra relevant compared to a normal game due to all that minus armor coming out.
Okay, Echo Slam comes in onto No-Tail, who jumps into this. There's an Ice Blast on him as well. He'll toss them in, but they do lose the No-Tail. They'll find the kill and return onto the Shaker, but it looks like VP are going to look for more. Magic Missile was there to cancel the TP, and Phobos, he's looking towards the top for more. Wave of Terror onto Crit. They should be able to find this Ribbing, and it looks like he actually managed to get himself out with the Blink, and Crit looking to play this one off. He's got Blink again in 8 seconds. Is he going to be able to avoid this? It's a 1-for-1 at the moment.
The lead off from Phobos. He's got a Force Staff.
TPs, they're all
that was the
going.
wrong item. He wanted to use Earn. It was late.
The tick wasn't there to cancel it in time, and Crit.
He
Phobos
should
is
have
chasing.
him, though. Oh, no more
Flies
Earns. All right, he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah.
Big mistake from Phobos. Because the Earn damage didn't come out fast enough. He got that Blink Dagger off, and then the Force Staff didn't catch him. So, good escape from Crit. Good escape from Miracle as well.
Of course, still none of all the Ice Blast.
All right.
Crit. He knows. He knows. He knows.
What do you think G buys next? Does he go a heart? I feel like
got a lot of money,
hybrid damage would be okay. Butterfly.
Here we go. This is going to be the reveal.
Maybe a Scotty. You can alternate poison attacks. I mean, if he's got a Manta, he wants his illusions to be good, right? So I feel like an agility hybrid item or an agility item is the way to go. But tank as well is also really important if he's worried about dying to Shackle Shot Focus Fire or Tiny Combo plus Focus from other heroes. Maybe a fallback on... I say Scotty all the time, but nobody ever builds it. Pretty much. It's always Heart or something else. BKB is an okay option as well. I kind of like BKB, but it doesn't give him as good of a late game. But it also allows him to really frontline tank.
Worth noting as well, Shake Up Lil has got that Blink Dagger, even though he was the one to fall in that last fight. And level 11 as well, so the Echo Slam will hit hard. Still on cooldown for 40 seconds. OG themselves, they did smoke up towards the top, maybe seeing if anyone was going to bite for the no-tail bait. They won't be able to find anyone from the side of VP at the moment with this movement, looking the way the smoke's going to go.
All right, Viper is going BKB. Okay. It's about 75 away from it. So VP's now in a good place. The only thing they're missing major item-wise is Blink on Starter. He's got the Force, but a Blink's going to be a little bit better. But the rest of their cores are looking really strong. Ancient Apparition picks up treads, a little bit more HP to make sure he doesn't get one shot. It's got a level 2 ultimate as well. It's still going to come down to initiations, but VP's in a good place. Eventual Spirit's definitely lagging behind. I think that's another thing they're really missing. BKB on him is not quite there yet. Still missing about 1,400 gold.
Of course, Roshan, I'm about to see how long the time is going to be on that one. We'll see if either side's able to get themselves back in. VP, of course, they would love to try and go for that with the Amplifier. It's okay, going to be a slightly longer one, so there's still got a bit of time to wait on that one, a couple of minutes.
Well, they may be ahead. I think they need to get a kill first, and it's going to be tough because OG has some great items on their supports. Crit has a blink and a force staff. He's 2-1 in 10 right now. Fly as well also has a force staff. The fights are not going to be simple for VP, even though they are close.
Blink now on the Tusk here as well. VP very much keeping themselves a little bit more together than the side of OG. OG split up across the map, just keeping the top pushed in. Looking to join up, and as you said, I mean, VP, they'd love to try and look for a pick-off. Are OG going to be looking for pick-offs at this point, or are they still looking to get some more items before they choose to fight?
I think both teams seem very content just to not do anything right now. VP's just been sitting in their jungle with 5 heroes. Until now. OG doing similar things as well.
Let's see if Crit's able to avoid this one if they go from that. Actually, you're going to look to make a beeline straight towards the jungle, maybe. Hanging around. Crit's revealed himself. Okay, they'll probably look to jump in on this. FNG and Phobos still are there. So in fact, TP's coming in as well. Crit.
Oh, the great Ice Blast.
Is it? Yes, it's going to hit, and G's there. Crit will force. Oh, he goes with the TP. But loses it with a Fisher. They get it. They're able to lock him down, stop him off, and that's Crit off the map now for 50 seconds.
I really like the way that VP played that there. They used the Ice Blast for the vision. It allowed Crit to feel like he was safe. If somebody would have ran at him, he could have seen him by the creep wave and forced himself to a different direction. But the Ice Blast gives you the vision without scaring the hero, and once the damage lands, it's very, very easy to kill him. So I really like that gank by VP. And they only committed 3 heroes that weren't that important. It was Slardar, it was AA, and it was Earthshaker. And then, yeah, the cores shifted over in case there was a big fight, but just to use a smoke on your 3 heroes that don't need to be farming is good, because in the meantime, he's been farming BKB on bench.
And things could be working out for VP. The fact that Roshan's going to be up in a matter of seconds. There's a DD rune waiting outside of it. Looks like OG will have Crit back for the Roche defense. He's going to be back up in less than 10. So we'll see if they're able to do anything about this. Sigil just spotting it out here. No Tail. The split push on. He has got that Assault Cuirass finished in level 16 as well on this Tiny. No TP for 15 seconds though. And we will see VP now heading into the pit, and we've already talked about the amount of physical damage on reduction they've got, and
the double damage as well.
Quick.
He's dying so fast, but they can't get the Aegis. It's blocked by ice shards. This is scary, but they're not there. Okay.
Yeah, OG aren't going to come. They realize that it's already gone, and VP will take it. Aegis once again onto G.
And he's got another 2,000 gold.
Yeah, this man's Viper performance has been, it's been impeccable.
Like, the fact that he stayed ahead in farm is incredible. G does this. It's something very similar to what Sumail performs usually. He just gets so much farm on heroes that typically don't have farming methods. He's just been attacking creeps this whole time.
Well, there we go, Blink Dagger on the slide as well. So he's got the Force and the Blink. Both routes of initiation to jump in onto OG, but I just said the moment the pace has slowed down a little bit. OG very much holding back, not looking for the fights as regularly as VP were with their smokes.
That's because the lanes are very pushed in right now. They need to push those out before they feel comfortable going aggressive, because if they feel that they're ahead and Tiny goes to split push, they could just get hugely behind. Yeah, he doesn't have an eggs yet, so his tower damage isn't as good, but with just an AC and the toss ability, he can definitely split push very effectively. So push out the side lanes a little bit, get some map control, then you force the team fight with your Aegis.
Aegis smoke for VP. They're looking to jump straight in onto Miracle with the amplifiers. Well, the slam onto Crit to make sure there's no help from the Rubik. They'll find Miracle, and they should find Crit as well, and they do. 2 kills for VP there. A very nice smoke, and just a run straight down the mid, working absolutely perfectly.
They still have to worry about split push though. No Tail was already in the right position for that in case the support stayed up too far. And because he has dead heroes, for 40 seconds here, there's nothing he should be doing but split pushing. And instantly he shows up. And the enemy team has to say, great, now we have to worry about defending our base rather than taking towers. This will guarantee them a tier 2. But if they keep pushing, they have to worry about No Tail taking a tower as well. So if this fight gets dragged out or it goes bad for them, they're going to lose a lot.
There we go. VP with the push up to the high ground. Moons come back here on the Tusk. Let's see if they've got the tools to stop it. Still 10 or so seconds. Actually, Illidan cancels his TP. They've only sent back Lil and FNG, but that looks like it's going to be, well, they need to control him here. Just forcing the Tiny back away from the base, and well, VP keep the aggression mid. They'll take down Fly on the Wyvern. Actually looking to chase down Tiny, but N0tail will get the blink off. Fortification coming out from OG Miracle.
All right, he's TPing back. This is really scary for VP here.
Crit has got the telekinesis onto the Vengeful Spirit. Gonna drag him back, but Phobos there with the blink with the Chris. There's a buyback on Fly. Snowball across, and it'll actually save Crit. Crit's gonna be able to ward this one up. No, he still goes down. He'll fall. Phobos will go down as N0tail with a double kill on the Tiny, coming back at just the right time. And N0tail's not done. Springs Blast slow won't connect here.
He's solo
G gets
as well.
the slow out.
He's
looking to maybe
go home.
Someone at G.
G, go home. What are you doing, man?
G.
This is so dangerous.
He's
gonna get the kill.
Oh, G! No, there's a cold embrace there. G, he's just going absolutely ham. He's gonna take a focus.
He's out of mana though.
The
AA blast.
It's gonna be big. Oh, connects onto N0tail. N0tail's gonna get incredibly low here. They do have that Aegis. G's gonna be back for round 2, and they got the kill onto N0tail. So G,
what is
his
this?
just aggressiveness paying off, getting them that Tiny kill with the damage combined with the Ice Blast. And now we'll just look for the racks.
This guy is so good, man. That was like 4 heroes.
He knew his exact limits.
Yeah, he starts when he's like, you know what? I got a 10-second BKB. I've got this. The only thing that limited him really was mana, but yeah, well, now he's committing to the racks. It's going to cost his life.
The illusions are still hitting away. Lil with the echoes, damage huge. Fisher as well with the focus fire is there onto the Viper.
The shackle.
The Ice Blast is going to be used, but they did already lose the Viper. Ice Blast connects, but they're cleaning up OG. They do lose the racks though, and even though VP do lose 2 key heroes, I think they'll be happy with the fact that they got the racks.
It's pretty good. N0tail did get the unstoppable streak there, so 744 gold coming to him, but he was bought back. That means that huge gold amp that he got, it's limited. So costing OG quite a bit, especially with the buyback. Not going to be worth it for them.
28-21 VP. Certainly 33 minutes as well. Coming out, making it a lot better than they did in game 1. And we can see that in the graph now. Leading up to an over 5k, but it's certainly not the biggest of leads in OG. Very much still have the chance to regain control of this game. And with a Tiny, with a Wind Ranger core lineup, and we saw how well the Wind Ranger is starting to catch up at least with the core, with the Vengeful Spirit, but it's still just so far behind this Viper. It's absolutely ridiculous. G's performance at the moment. That's Fly. He's going to get swapped back here. Illidan puts the BKB in with Phobos. They'll look for the Wyvern kill and they'll get it. It's going to be 1-0. Phobos moving forward for more. Crit will force himself away.
Oh, the
bash is there from Phobos. He uses his swap in trying to shoot this out here, but the right click, the fish is to the backside. They'll get Crit as well. And that's going to be 2 heroes off the map for OG, and neither of them have buyback available for 50 seconds.
They're not in the best position to take towers out of this, but they can push some lanes and get some map control at least. So VP again happy with this, but OG just having some sloppy deaths there. I think they just felt that they could maybe outplay the Venge, but he's got a BKB, he's got a Stange, he's got a Helm of the Dominator. Your damage is not high enough. He's got insane strength gain. He's got 2k HP, and he has barely any strength items at all. I really feel like VP has found a pick that is pretty good in a way that is very weird. The carry Vengeful Spirit can work. It fits their playstyle. It fits their high aggression, slightly low farm playstyle on their carry. And it's making rounds this game. It's making things work.
VP grouping up, the full 5-man, ready to try and push up onto the top lane. They should be able to find this tier 2. We'll see if OG try and fight this, or if they're just going to wait for the high ground defense. In fact, themselves, they're looking for a tier 2 down on the bottom lane. Tier 2 very low here on the Radiant side, so N0tail and Moon should be able to find this one. And they may just continue to push it, and kind of see if they can force back VP themselves to defend their base. There's an MKB now done on the Viper.
So farmed.
He's going to be impossible to kill, and he is going to have so much damage on him as well.
He's just a Wind Ranger counter now. If he gets shackled, obviously it's still very dangerous, and we saw that in the mid racks, but now that he has MKB, if the Wind Ranger ever gets out of position, and we're talking swaps and things like that, he could just die. And even if he pops BKB, if he pops BKB and he gets amp damage, Viper's going to kill him in like 6 hits. It's not going to take a whole lot. He's got to be so careful. And he can also use Viper Strike through the BKB to slow him. So he's got all the solutions to make Wind Ranger pretty useless here.
We've got the Halberd being the item of choice here for Illidan. Obviously going to be great against N0tail in these fights because he doesn't have the BKB. He does have 3.2k gold on him, so there is that option for him to go for the BKB if he feels it's going to be necessary. Notable though, 36 minutes in, the Axe is now done on this AA, and we've seen already FNG's Ice Blast have been on point every single time.
I do kind of like this. It does give way more utility than a Sanji and Yasha would at this point, other than the lack of mobility that Illidan will be suffering. But like you said, it stops somebody from attacking. It's going to be especially useful against Tiny. It's going to be really useful against Wind Ranger. Completely counters out the focus fire, unless BKB's up, of course. And just putting evasion on a hero that has 2k HP when they're behind in terms of farm, like Venture alone won't die to focus fire. The stun comes through. He doesn't see.
Out into this one. The fish is not going to connect, but the amplifier will. And here goes VP moving in, and No-Tail does get forced back over. But the swap there from Illidan. No-Tail gets corner brace up. He's going to be able to live through this. BKBs trying to fight, but the Winter's Curse holding him back, and OG keeping No-Tail alive. He gets himself out of the Ice Blast. VP trying to move in onto Miracle. Miracle will go down. 57 seconds on the clock, and now they're looking for more. They get the Fisher onto Moon. Moon will fall as well. 2 kills, double kill for G. And look at this damage moving forward. Trying to get Fly. He caught and braces himself here. Illidan's there, ready to go. Wave of Terror onto Fly. Crypt forcing back Fly. He'll be fine. But well, the start of that fight there, No-Tail just walking out, taking a missile straight to the face, and OG having to use a lot to save him, and losing 2 heroes as collateral.
Just very clear that they didn't expect VP to be there. His camera was somewhere else. He didn't see the magic missile coming. He wasn't looking at that map at that very moment, and because of it, the initiation was good enough for VP. So they're going to go high ground here. They did use a lot of their abilities. No BKB, no mech. Viper's down to 900.
Set of racks here if OG can't do anything.
I feel like they can fight a little, but it's so tough. Their damage is
still Miracle.
It's on the edge. They almost have enough. There's a swap.
Okay, they brought G in there with the Solar Sword. The Ice Blast flies through, and G's going to go down. A huge swap there from Crit, and now there's going to be Miracle back on the pitch. No-Tail getting low, but he pops the BKB, trying to walk himself back to base. Should be fine. They do still find the rat to the side of VP. FNG TP's out. Shackle, is he going to latch onto Phobos? But gets the initial... Oh, no, did in fact. Oh, they hold him in place with a focus fire. They got it. Another big kill there for OG. And Crit with the stolen amplifier, they're making it easier for them to find that kill.
What a huge steal.
And Crit, I mean, this man's Rubik he's insane on this. We saw it in game 1 and again in game 2. Crit making the key steals in every single fight.
That's so good against Viper. I mean, Slar's already picked just to counter Viper, and if he can just steal the spell that allows him to accomplish that, it's really useful. That was such a good team fight as well by OG. Great coordination. Swap into the avalanche toss while Viper is out of position with some right clicks. They get the easy kill. Roche is not up just yet, but Crit is checking it. And there's enough time on the clock that all of VP is going to be alive by the time this happens. So VP just needs to not get caught here, and OG is going to be fine. But if OG gets the kill or catches a hero...
FNG need to be careful. They're very close to OG. FNG hiding in the trees. Miracle.
Will they check the spot?
Looks like FNG's going to be fine. I'm going to check it out in a moment.
You never know. They could think of it any moment. It could be an ice shards. Could be a power shot.
Oh, FNG. No-Tail's coming in. He can smell it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. FNG. Don't breathe.
Don't go.
Oh, no, the ice ball.
He sees them.
No, they didn't see. Yeah, that's the sentry out. They see it. Oh, they revealed with the slammers there. FNG was ready with a backup straight onto No-Tail. There's a corner brace going to keep No-Tail alive. They pick him up with the snowball, and they've already killed the Shaker. No-Tail gets the BKB off, and he starts to fight, pummeling away. FNG takes down the AA. There's a buyback on the Shaker, but OG, they're looking for more, trying to find Phobos. Miracle there, trying to get himself in position, trying to look for a Shackle shot, potential shot. Phobos forces forward, gets the crush out. At the same time, Lil with the buyback, gets the Fisher onto 2. Moon and No-Tail. No-Tail's going to TP out. Lil goes forward with the 4th, gets the enchant aftershock proc, and No-Tail turns with a combo, can't kill Lil, and they kill No-Tail. They'll also find the kill onto Phobos on his Slardar, but No-Tail now down for 90 seconds. And this could be the opening that VP are looking for. They are down 2 heroes though themselves.
And they used their BKB.
And they did buy back on the Shaker for that.
30 seconds left on Viper here. Great place by Crit to save Wind Ranger on the back line. He used the swap. He helped him kite the Slardar. Slardar goes down because of that. But they might be able to snake Roshan, especially with no Slar. The amp damage isn't here. They've just got Wave of Terror.
I mean, the fact that they've got G though, of course, and he is doing a lot of damage, should make this easier.
Yeah, and he's prepping for his next item now. He got that MKB. Now he's up to 3,500 gold.
Oh my god.
Illidan as well is really, really close. All right, Crit's in position.
Oh, Crit.
They can definitely contest this.
Is he going to do this?
It's got to kill the sigil. It's so important.
Miracle's there on the wraparound as well. The charge comes through.
BKB.
Oh, the swap. Oh, Crit here gets himself into the pit, but already the damage rate coming out though.
Oh, the Ghost Scepter.
Crit's gonna live, but he's got it to get. Oh, he blinks out. Crit survives. Miracle's now been caught out. He's got the BKB off in time. Corner brace is there, but now the damage for G coming through. They've taken down Moon. They've taken down Miracle.
They got it.
Double kill for G. They go back in the pit, and VP say no, this is ours, and they get themselves the Aegis and the cheese.
What a absolute clutch defense there. The BKB from Illidan was so forward thinking. He knew there's enough heroes up. They knew that they knew they were there. Pops the BKB, was able to take out most of Crit's life. Crit gets out as well. Pretty nice plays from him, but that's 2 more heroes dying and no Aegis and no cheese because of it. They were behind though. That was something they had to go for.
They've got buybacks available on Miracle. Nothing on Moon. They're going to use Miracle's buyback. They need to do something about this.
BKBs are up though.
It's going to have to be the biggest defensive OG's left. They've lost the tier 4. They do still have that tier 2 on the bottom lane, so VP can't look for the Megas as of yet. Looks like VP will back themselves off.
It's still so much advantage to force a buyback on Miracle at this stage. That cost him like 1,100 gold. He doesn't yet have a damage item, just the Ags. And you can't compete with a Viper that has this much farm if you don't have a Daedalus or a Monkey King Bar or something. He's building a Butterfly now. When he gets that, their weak damage is now going to be missing 35% of the time. And there's no way that Tiny can pick up an MKB. There's no way that Wind Ranger can either. Once that item gets picked up, G becomes unkillable. I'm not even exaggerating here.
Bottom lane, VP ready to try and push down. Final tier 2 from the side of OG. And really pile on the pressure. They're going to feel on a very strong bit, as we saw as the graph was showing. 7.5k, still not the biggest of leads at all at 43 minutes in. If anything, relatively small.
He's camping the DD. He's waiting for his team to push, and then he activates it. It's only got a limited amount of time, and he wants to make sure that he has this active if OG takes the fight, because it gives him an extra 175 damage. Completely worth it to hold out on that. But the Butterfly's up.
This Viper. You talked about it at the start, not necessarily a hero that G is known for amongst, kind of compared to his Shadow Fiend and his Queen of Pain play, but he is showing us that you let this guy get Viper in the right situations with the right lineup, and he is an absolute monster. And here we go, up to the high ground and onto the tier 3. OG, what's going to be their answer?
Look at that damage.
There's a swap here, but straight away, the swap with
OG
Chris.
died.
Get the slam onto Fly, looking to lock him down before Fly can save the team. Miracle with a BKB, the Focus 5 takes down Shaker. They've lost Moon on the Tusto. They've also found the kill on Phobos there with the Winter's Curse coming out, so it's a 2-for-1 at the moment. G gets off the Viper Strike, trying to chase down Notel. Notel getting forced away, but look at the damage the telekinesis says hold, and now the Shackle from Miracle holding the back will control G and Illidan. They're going to be able to keep Notel out of this one. He gets himself back, so it's a 2-for-1, but OG have got to go back and refuel before they come out for this defense.
This is perfect for
Pressure's
OG.
Still coming on from VP though. They're looking for the tier 3. They're going to find it. OG needs something big. They're smoked up, looking for the perfect jump here. Can they get it? There we go. Notel goes straight in onto G with the toss of work. The Shackle from G onto his illusion. The Mantle working against him with the Focus 5. Can they kill him? Yes, they can. G's down. Illidan is well caught in the midst of it all. They'll lose the Vengeful Spirit. The Ice Blast will connect. OG have got to get themselves back to base.
What a defense.
But the defense is there, Perchin. They do hold on. They did lose half of the racks, and all that's left between them and the Mega Creeps is this one solitary melee barracks.
How did they kill G so much, man?
Is Miracle going to die here? Oh, the last pretty much tick of that Ice Blast. I mean, that is Miracle down for 75 seconds, but on the bright side, VP, they do not have their 2 cores for 50, so it looks like VP won't be able to use this downtime of the Wind Ranger to do too much.
That Ice Blast was like rack saving level. That would allow OG to push across the map and get some objectives. Now the best they can do is push lanes, get some map control, and hope that they can defend the next fight as well as that one. But they still lost buildings there. There's only 1 melee barracks left, and there's no glyph for 3.5 minutes. VP could respawn and just go all in.
Go for it.
I think they're at a stage where they could be fine with that.
They've got an AC as well on the bench for this as well.
Okay,
Just picked up.
more tower damage, more survivability on Viper. The only thing Viper's really lacking here is HP, and he's going to compensate that by buying the Helm of the Dominator, which will ultimately build into a Satanic.
And of course with the evasion as well.
I really like that play. It's a solid play. It'll give him 500 HP, which is half of what a heart gives you. It'll give him the ability to go down to 20% and then instantly heal up using Monkey King Bar and some right clicks. Really cool build. The only downside is he can't use it while he's using Poison Attack. But in the late game scenario like this, that's not something that's a big deal.
Yeah, you've got more than enough damage without having to use the UAM. Yeah.
And the slow. You'll lose the slow. That's the big thing.
This is quite nice as well. Ags has been picked up by Crit.
Okay.
Look at the size of VP, and well, 4 out of the 5 ultimates you are going to get that benefit from.
He can steal Viper Strike Ags pretty much whenever he wants. It's a 12-second cooldown. One good way to limit Viper's damage output. Reduces attack speed.
Oh, Notel. He's actually going to have the money here for the Aghanims if he wishes to go all out. I think it's worth looking at the buyback status at the moment, seeing what's on cooldown still, and
You buy
Miracles.
it. You definitely buy
You
it.
just go all out. Lil Setting up with this Invis Rune. If they can find Miracle straight away with the lockdown, G's moving in with a double damage. But the Stolen Fissure from Grip might be enough to turn. Miracle's got the low stop on him. Is he going to be able to get himself away? Yes!
Oh, he's away.
To the tree line. They'll keep Miracle alive. No, the final touch from G will find it. And they've also found the kill on Zamoon. Now Chris in trouble as well. He throws the Storm Viper strike out on Taylor. Then he gets the blink up as well. Crit somehow manages to live through all of these fights. And there's an Ice Blast coming out. No Tail looking for the turn. Pots the BKB. Finds the kill onto the AA. Can he get more? No, he gets swapped back. G trying to work away with the damage. Can they bring down this Tiny? There's a Winter's Curse onto Illidan. It doesn't matter. It's not about it. It's GG. VP have done it. OG did everything they could, but VP take the win. And what an insane match. 47 minutes in, 41-32. Outstanding performances from both sides, but VP, G's Viper, man. G's Viper.
And it wasn't just G's Viper, it was the draft. It just came together perfectly. Tons of minus armor. Illidan played amazing in the early game as well.
Team.
He got them to that place. And they played fantastic. They tied it up, and we're going to a game 3.